In this lesson, we are going to learn about highlight incorrect words. So first of all, you are going to get a passage and they will be playing the audio of that passage, or we can say it in this way, you are going to listen to a recording and you will have the transcript of that recording. Okay, and in the transcript or in the passage, some words are going to be incorrect. So how you have to figure out incorrect words? You have to listen the recording carefully. Okay, audio will be correct, recording will be correct. In the paragraph, some words will be what? Will be incorrect. You have to click on those. That is the question type. Highlight incorrect words. Okay. What about other things? You are going to get 2 or 3 passages in the exam. Very rarely students get 4, usually 2 and sometimes 3. Then in a passage, maybe 4, maybe 5, maybe 6 words could be incorrect. Okay. So do not assume anything like only 4 are going to be correct or 6 or 5. Okay. Then time to answer, well, we do not have such constraint, but wasting time here doesn't make any sense. Why? So see, if you have to click on incorrect words, you have to listen, you have to do that while listening the audio. Once your audio is over, you can't do anything. Okay, it's not like you can recollect the whole audio and then you can think, okay, he said this word and in the passage the word is different, so you will click. No, that's not going to happen. So it is advisable that do not waste any time. Hardly 10 or 15 seconds, and those 10 or 15 seconds are for what? Those 10 or 15 seconds are for your those words on which like you have some doubt, that I'll explain later. Okay, then skills assessed, they are going to check your listening and reading skills, or I can say this question contributes to your listening and reading module. And scoring, there is 1 mark for correct word. If you miss any word, no mark for that, and if you select any incorrect word, then there is negative marking. So I have one suggestion here. Let's say if you are getting 4 incorrect words. Now if you select 3, at least you are going to get 3 marks. But let's say if you have selected 3 and you are selecting 1 incorrect word, so your final score will be 2. So it is advisable that when you are sure about a word, then only you select a particular word. If you are not sure, think about it. For that you can take 10-15 seconds. That's what I said earlier, like you can take 10-15 seconds for what? For thinking about those words which are on which like you have some kind of doubt. Okay, and coming on to the approach part, sometimes incorrect words are at the very start of the audio, so be careful with that. And I have suggested same thing in listening fill in the blanks. When there is blank at the very start, or when there is incorrect word at the start, so be very careful. And see, in case of blank, there is blank at the start, but you won't be knowing like there is incorrect word at the start, so you have to be very careful. Okay, the moment like the countdown starts, 5 4 3 2 1, but don't assume like you will have incorrect word in the second sentence or in the third sentence or in the at the end of your first sentence. You assume like, okay, incorrect word could be at the very start also, so be very careful. That is my first suggestion. Then if there is any word like you are not sure whether this is correct or incorrect, so there you can do what? You can think whether that particular word is making grammatically any sense or not. If it is not making, then leave it. Okay, means you can select it, and if you are doubtful, then do not select it, leave it. Okay, to score 1 extra mark, you may lose 1. Okay, it's better like if you are sure about, let's say, 4 words, go with 4 only. At least you have 4 out of 5. Okay, and then guys, there is no need to waste too much time here. Why? If you waste unnecessary time here, what will happen? The thing is like you will get less time for your write from dictation, and if you miss dictation or if you mess up in the write from dictation question type, you will lose maybe 10 marks, maybe 5 marks, maybe 6 marks. Here if you are missing 1 word, what will happen? You will just lose 1 mark. That's all guys, you will just lose 1 mark. let's say you have missed 2 words, you will just lose 2 marks only. But if you are spending time here and you are not able to attempt one right from dictation, you will be losing at least 15 marks or 18 marks or 20 marks. It depends, but still the number will be this much. So do not waste too much time here, hardly 10-15 seconds, and on those words like on which you have doubt. Okay guys, now I will do some practice in front of you, and there I will explain what I suggest to my students in the live class. So let's start our practice, and the first incorrect word is this one.
When I got into a cage with a Komodo dragon almost 10 years ago for a story, I had no idea that its skull was so special. Neither did scientists until now, but a report in the Journal of Anatomy reveals that the world's largest living lizard has a remarkable space frame skull. Space frame refers to a light, rigid structure with interlocking struts that can handle big loads. The shape of these skull bones and the arrangement of bones of different strengths is the key. The researchers employed a technique called finite element analysis, which is usually used to analyze trains or planes, but in this case it let them reverse engineer the Komodo to study the mechanical forces that the skull is subject to. As opposed to, say, an alligator, the dragon has a pretty wimpy bite, so rather than clamp down on its victims, it yanks off chunks of meat, a move powered by incredibly strong neck muscles, and made possible by that space frame skull able to handle the huge forces involved. Our March 1999 article on Komodos is available at siamdigital.com.
Okay, so see here, here he said like with a Komodo dragon, space frame refers to the researchers implied powered by a strong, I think he said like strong. Now, if you miss these words, can you think grammatically? Jubilant, okay. These means I don't think like you will be that much, you will be having that much time to think, okay, whether this word is appropriate here or not, okay, from vocabulary point of view, not from grammar point of view. Dangerous, it can be dangerous also. Space frame suggests, grammatically you can't say suggest to a light, it refers to a light. So here up to some extent you can think. The citizens employed, now this is kind of technical topic, so why citizens will do? No, some scientists will do, some researchers will do, so it is going to be researchers. So if you have doubt whether he said citizen or he said something else, you can think logically, okay, this is some kind of research or some kind of scientific thing going on. So here citizens word is incorrect. You will have like some researchers, some scientists, some technicians or something like that. Here you can think. And here move powered by strong, or I don't know like what he said, I have forgotten now. Now how much time you need to analyze these? It should be maximum 10 seconds or 15, that's all, not more than that. And that too, like analysis should be on that word like where you have doubt. Okay, so here we have how many incorrect words? We have 4 words only. So see, this is correct, this is correct, this is correct, and this is also correct. Okay, so let's jump on to our next one.
In last week's pre-Christmas rush, the U.S. Congress slammed together the $1 trillion federal budget bill for 2015 just before funds ran out. But the bill wasn't all about the money. Congress took advantage of the fiscal scramble to change rules about the environment and energy, which do not belong in appropriation bills. Normally, such changes are encoded in what are called laws and are debated out in the open. But the budget bill is a chance for Congress to slip in controversial rules, called riders, without much debate. If members object, the bill stalls and the government shuts down, and no one wants to be blamed for that fiasco. So the riders gallop in. The Environmental Protection Agency got its budget, for instance, but with strings attached. Although agriculture is a major source of atmospheric methane, the EPA now is prohibited from using its money to require farmers to report greenhouse gas emissions, and the agency cannot regulate farm ponds and irrigation ditches under the Clean Water Act. In another example, the Department of Agriculture must speed up permits for companies making genetically modified organisms, and the feds must loan money to firms to build coal-fired power plants overseas. That requirement reverses a previous ban. These rules and others last through September 2015 when this budget bill runs out, and then if history is any guide, the whole stealth legislation process will start all over again.
So, is a chance for humanity? No, they are talking about politics. So it was Congress, I am sure. Then the bill counters? No, what they have said, the bill stalls. So here I can think, okay, it doesn't go with the flow of the context. It is illogical here. The Global Protection Agency? No, it doesn't make sense. Global protection. It is about environment. Then agriculture must speed up and inevitable for companies. So here there was some other word I have forgotten now. Now inevitable also doesn't go with the meaning of the sentence. And then if book is any guide, if there is any guide or some other word was there, the whole stealth legislation process will start over again. So this is how you can cross check what you have selected is correct or not. So that's all guys about this lecture. There was not that much for me to discuss here. I just want you to practice only, and after practicing then focus on the next high scoring and very important question, that is write from dictation. That's all guys, thank you very much.